transition day, and for the Get Ready With Me, I'm going to do a voiceover just to try something different and see if I like it. But I'm just brushing my teeth right now because I just washed my face and I always like to brush my teeth afterwards. Now I'm taking a Belief moisturizer because it really helps with dry skin, and I have really bad dry skin, so I like to put a lot of this on before even starting my makeup just to make sure I have a good moisturized base before I actually moisturize it some more with primer. Now going into the eyebrows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow. This is a really good brow product and I've been using it for about 2 years now, and it really helps me get control over how much product I put on my eyebrows since they're kind of uneven. To clean up my eyebrows, I'm using a Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I really like to use concealer just to clean up my eyebrows. It makes them more defined. It makes them look more cleaner as well. So I just really like using concealer just to clean it up a little bit, just in case I make a mistake. And I love Tarte Shape Tape. It's a really good concealer and it's very full coverage. Now I use this clear brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills just to make sure my brows stay in place, and I've really been liking it since I got it on my birthday, and since I do cheer, it really does make a difference when I do the routine. I'm sweating and my eyebrows still stay in place and look flawless. Now going to the eyeshadow, I like to use the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the first edition and this is a really good eyeshadow palette. But first, I have to always make sure I prime my lids with some concealer. So I'm just priming them with the Tarte Shape Tape again because it's a really good primer for lids. Now I'm just blending it out. So the first shade I use is this like kind of light red shade. I like to use this just on my outer corner just to start as a base for my eyeshadow. So I like to pat it on first, and then like once it's all patted on, I like to blend it out just to make sure I get an even amount on there. So I just like blending it out. Kind of looks a little harsh, but I promise you it will look better at the end. So at this point, I just realized that I forgot to even set my lids after priming them with the concealer. So I just use this Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder just to set the concealer, because I rather do a powder on powder than a powder on liquid because it really makes the eyeshadow pops once I do this. Now that I'm done setting the powder, I like to go into the shades. These are the two like red shades kind of, and I like to put these on my outer corner, and I like to get a lot of this product on the brush. Like I really go in deep with the product just to make sure I get it to show up on my skin tone, and I really like to pat it on as well and then blend it out. Then I use this brown shade just to darken it up to make it more smoky. So I also pat this on the outer corner just like I did the other shades and just blend it into my inner crease. Now that I'm done blending out all of my eyeshadow, I like to go into this pinkish shade in the palette, and I like to just use this as a shimmer on my lid just to make sure I bring a little light color to it. So I just pat this on with a brush first. When I'm done putting it on, I grab my finger and I put it in the palette, and this really makes a difference by using your finger to press this shadow on, because since it is kind of a pressed pigment, I guess you can say, it really pops more when you use your finger. And after I'm done, I just use another brush just to clean it up, just to make sure there's no dust or like fine lines with the shadow and the other colors. Now I'm just using a shade from the palette, and I just like to put this in an inner corner just to make a little highlight shade since I don't do it on my brow bone anymore. Now going into my face products, I like to use this Tarte Quench Primer. This is a really good primer for people with dry skin like me, so I really recommend this hydrating primer. And I like to put a lot in the middle of my face. I didn't mean to put a lot on the outsides, but just a lot in the middle of my face. Now going in with the second primer I use is a Tatcha Silk Canvas. I honestly don't know what this does to my face, but it's really pretty, it smells good, and I just really like the way it feels on my face, so that's why I use it. Sorry. Now going into my face products, I like to use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I usually use 1 or 2 pumps of this. Today I use 2 pumps. This is a really good foundation for people who just want their face to look smooth and just really blur out all of their like dark spots, because that's what I mostly have. So I really recommend this foundation if you want to buy it. I know it's kind of expensive, but I really enjoy this foundation. Now I use the Tarte concealer just like I did earlier, but I use a different technique that's on TikTok and on Instagram. So I like to mostly put this in my inner corner, and then I'll just like outline where my eyeliner line will be at, kind of. And I feel like this really gives me like a little facelift. So this is what I do with my concealer, and then I apply the rest in my T-zone area. Since my concealer does take a long time for me to blend out, I just really sped up this process while blending it out, so that's why it says kind of short. To bake under my eyes, I use the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Banana, and I really like this powder because usually when I bake with other powders, it leaves it a little bit flaky, but with this, it definitely smooths it out and it smells really good. Now it's time to bronze up the face, and I like to use this LA Colors contour palette, and I use the darkest shades in this because that's what helps my skin tone at best. And I like to just put this around my temples and my cheekbones, and I like to always just brush it upward to give it more of a facelift. And I feel like this is a really good drugstore product for a contour. Now going in with blush, I like to use this Pacifica blush and highlight palette. I just used a blush. I got this in an Ipsy bag, and this blush, it really doesn't show up on camera, but I promise you it blends in nicely with my skin tone and gives me a really natural blush effect. Now to set my face before I highlight, I use this Urban Decay All Nighter spray. This is a really good spray. I have this in travel size, but I definitely will get it in the full size soon. Since my face is all dewy now, I like to use the e.l.f. highlighter palette. This is a really good highlighter from the drugstore, and I really recommend it. These are the lashes I use. These are from Instagram. Glossier Mascara, Eyelash Curler, Kiss Eyelash Glue and Tweezers. Now for my eyelashes, I definitely like to curl them first and then apply mascara on just to make sure no eyeshadow just fell on them, and I like to make sure they're black before I apply on any lashes. Now I apply the glue to my lashes, and I like to make sure my lashes dry, so I like move around to make it dry faster. Here's me acting a fool. I don't know what I'm doing. Now that the lash is dry, I like to just apply this to my eye. This takes a while, so we're just going to speed up this process by skipping ahead in the video. This is the full face of makeup with the lashes on. I really like these lashes, but we're not done yet. We still have to do the teal eyeshadow. So I use the teal eyeshadow out of this Jaclyn Hill palette, and I smudge it underneath my eyes, but I really pack on eyeshadow on the brush because I feel like the more teal, the more my eyes pop with the eyeshadow on. Since we're done with the eyeshadow, I'm just going to finish off my makeup again by setting my face. I really like to set a lot with this, and once I'm done setting, I like to take my beauty blender and just blend everything in to make sure there's no marks from the spray on my face, and just to make sure everything is well blended in. So here's my full face of makeup with everything on, and it looks really good. I was really proud of myself because I was kind of rushing because I didn't have that much time. Now moving on to hair, my mom always does my hair. All she does though is just put it into the ponytail and make sure it's all gelled up to make sure it doesn't look bad, because I definitely do not know how to put my hair in a ponytail on competition days. Now that my hair is all up in a ponytail, I just always curl it and tease it by myself because I really like the way I do. Now that the hair is all finished, I like to just move on to getting ready to leave out. So I'm just taping my knee and putting BioFreeze on because your girl have knee problems, so I have to make sure I put all this stuff on. And now I'm just putting on my socks for when I go to my uniform and just really preparing to leave out to go to compete. Now that I'm done getting ready, this is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This really took a lot of time and effort for this video since it's a much longer video, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you, as always, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can always stay in tune with my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.